Welcome back. Today is the International Women's Day, a time to reflect on progress made, to call for change and to celebrate acts of courage and determination by ordinary women who have played an extraordinary role in the history of their countries and communities. And the theme for this year's International Women's Day 2018 campaign is #Press for Progress. I'm now being joined by a business development consultant and women's advocate, Mrs. Fire Williams. Good afternoon and happy Women's Day.
Thank you very much, Ms. It's great to be here.
I'm always proud to be a woman.
I am proud to be a woman as well.
Right now, #Press for Progress, that's the theme of this year's celebration. How apt is this theme?
This theme is extremely apt, and I'll start off by saying that my heart goes out to the mothers of the Dapchi girls. It seems as if we haven't learned from the incident at Chibok. It's unfortunate. And as a mother and as a woman myself, we continue to pray for their safe return. Now, Press for Progress should be on many fronts. In terms of safety and security, we are all aware that whenever there's strife all over the world, women and children are the most affected. And that is what we're seeing here today. On the economic front as well, whenever we're able to run a more inclusive society, when we give the women a chance to also be in the labor force, you can find out that household incomes could go up by as much as 25%. This is according to a study in North Africa. And even in developed countries like the US, the inclusion of more women in the labor force has caused about a 9% rise in their, could result in a 9% rise in GDP. So this is really key for us all to press for progress on all fronts.
In other words, women are better managers in all fronts.
Oh, yes. Right. From the home to the office.
Yeah. Right now, the issue of gender inequality is a global issue. In fact, last year at the World Economic Forum, that was a major issue. But where is Africa in actually closing up this gender gap? Because the whole world seems to be looking at, okay, how can we close up this gender gap?
You know, Chimize, what you just said about the World Economic Forum, the report in 2017 about the gender parity, we are like 200 years away from bridging that gender gap. And in Africa, I would probably say it's even a little bit more dire, and the situation could be worse because we still have a lot of these parochial sentiments. However, we do have some shining lights. Like in Rwanda, I was fortunate to visit Rwanda, and I found out that about over 60% of the parliamentarians are women. Now, some people could put that down to the genocide, but apart from that, I think women, when they're given their rightful place, they can perform excellently well, and they tend to have strong convictions. So in terms of gender parity, which was, the question you asked, I think Africa would need more than 200 years to actually close up that gap. So everything that you and I can do to raise awareness, advocacy, and to promote the rights of women, we should begin to do it right now.
Where does education come in all of this?
It is right in the forefront. And education is interlinked with so many other issues, like even the Sustainable Development Goals. You cannot talk about zero poverty. You cannot talk about, improving maternal mortality, which is really embarrassing for us in Nigeria and in Africa right now without having the education component. And we're not just talking about literacy. We've been talking about STEM education, making sure that women can contribute their quota to science, to engineering, to maths, to all other, professions that they can excel in if they're actually given a chance to do it.
Now, looking at African women in business, what are the key challenges you think they face?
I think that one of the key challenges is work-life balance, because the woman has her role as a nurturer, and sometimes there's this conflict. But women are strong, they can multitask, and if given the opportunity to do some work from home, and also just that consideration that, okay, she has more than one role to play, then women can really excel. But access to finance is key. Some women are still asked to go bring a letter from their spouse and that kind of thing. And then the other infrastructural deficit is really tells on women because they don't have that sheer physical, energy to do the carrying of water and all that. So we need a more enabling environment so that women in business can thrive.
All right, it's a special day for women, and I'm sure you have a special word for women and encouragement. Please go ahead.
Yes, woman, before seeing the long thin fingers of daybreak, the never-ending race you began on the day you were born is on and on again. Woman, like a rose you unfold, loved, watched, gated, cosseted, often the object or cynosure of all eyes, like a laurel to be acquired, also the object of thoughts of abuse. Woman, a veteran of many battles, not about to give up, because the cup and the shield are given to the valiant, the one who stands and is still standing, the one who shines on, to the one who says, press for progress.
Happy Women's Day
Thank you very
once
much,
again.
Lizzie.
I mean, it's
Same
very interesting to be a woman, and
Indeed
I just hope that women will be encouraged in all ramifications, in businesses,
in
politics,
economy, in education,
Right. Thank you very much for coming once again.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
And that's it on the show for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Chimezie Obi Iwagu.